We're working on some next steps with Adira today. For those who don't know, she has a lot of anxiety about being outside of her paddock, especially if that gate is closed. And so for me to be able to work in there, I open the gate, I leave it open, and I give her a tub of food. And recently she's been doing really well, where there are some times where when she's done eating, she doesn't come right back into her paddock. She walks around. So I was curious as to whether or not she was maybe ready for us to start closing the gate, but our coach gave us some other homework to do just to make sure she can. We need to make sure that she can do this like at least 8 or 9 times out of 10, where she's not rushing to get back as soon as she's done eating. So our suggestion for today was to set up a treasure hunt and see if she's willing to go to the other food stations. And when she's done, does she go right back in or does she hang out? So this is our first time doing it, and I've placed some of these things pretty far away from her stall, but not so far away. We're trying to still make sure she has a direct line if she's worried to go back, so she doesn't have to turn corners. So there's her paddock there. There's her main bucket. And there we've got a bucket on the barrels, a bucket on the log, and one over there. Right now she's having a good roll, and I'm just going to sit and see how she does. Well, it's been 10 minutes. She ate from that little bucket over there and that one there, and has completely left the rest and gone back. So obviously she's not ready for me to close that gate. I'm going to leave it open for now, even though she's in there, just in case she decides to be brave and come out later, and I'm not going to sit and watch her and make her nervous. And if you're wondering why I'm not just putting her out there with the food and closing the gate and letting her adapt and get used to it, it's because I don't want to push her over those fear thresholds. She has a lot of distrust of people, and what we're trying to do is teach her how to be brave while keeping her under her threshold of extreme panic and fear. So we're giving her a stress holiday and helping her learn on her own terms. I have as long as she needs. There's no rush. Oh, quick clarification on what I mean by leaving her gate open. What I mean is when she's actually away from her paddock and in the arena, that's when she gets really panicked if it's closed. Obviously, when she's in her paddock and I close it and she can't get out, she's totally fine. It's being away and her perception of being locked out of her safe zone. And the reason that's so important, obviously, is I need to be able to turn her out. She needs to get exercise. And when I do bring her to the point where she can actually be with the other horses and turned out with the other horses, it's one thing to teach a horse something new. It's a whole other thing to help them through the learned fears they've had by things that humans have done to them.